And take two more breaths. And we're going to start bringing your hands to your right side. So just turn your hands to your right side and just feel the stretch on your left. One more breath. And then start walking your hands to your left. Feel the stretch on your right side. On your next inhale, come to center and roll up to your knees. Find a comfortable position. Yes. We're going to start rolling your shin to your right side, to your right shoulder with your inhale, and exhale to your left shoulder. Place your hands anywhere that is comfortable for you. Just follow with your breath. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And holding on your right side, tilt your head towards your shoulder and stand your left hand to the side. Just pull slightly your neck towards your shoulder. Maybe open and close your wrist, your palm, or maybe facing the palm up and down. And release that hand to your side and tilt the neck to the other side to your left. Stand the right hand to the side. Open and close the hand. If you like to face the thumb up and down and open and close, that feels good. And return to center. Now bringing your fingertips to your neck. Pop off your chest with your inhale. Exhale, round your back and bring your elbows together. Inhale, popping up the chest. Follow with your breath. One last one. Oh, last one. And release your hands. Now interlacing your fingers. Make a figure eight with your wrist. So we're gonna start warming up the wrist. And flipping your palms towards the ceiling. Inhale and twist to the right. To center. Inhale one more time. Exhale to the left. Good. And come back to center. Bring your hands to your mat. And we're going to bring the fingertips to your temple and bringing the elbow up with your inhale. Go around with your elbow. Exhale down. And choose your breath. So inhaling up. And when you exhale, lower the elbow. Do a couple more. On your last inhale, stand the right arm up. And when you exhale, thread it under your shoulder. And that left hand can either stand forward or you can place it behind your back to open your chest a little bit more to your left. Just releasing the shoulder blade to the ground. If you like, you can stand the left leg to the side just to give a little bit more on your shoulder. Or you can stay down, that's okay. Return back to center. So bringing that left hand down, switching hands. your left hand now with fingertips touching your temple. Inhale, exhale, round the elbow. Inhale, looking up. You can take your time, go slower if you like. One last one, and stand your left hand up. When you exhale, thread it under your right shoulder, releasing the shoulder down. Stand your right hand either forward or place it behind your back. You can stay here or stand that right foot to the side. Good, and release that leg if you stand there, bringing that right hand down, left hand down into your tabletop. And here we're gonna start, let's warm up the wrist a little more. So placing your fingertips to the outside of your mat and just rock side to side, holding on a space that feels more uh, maybe sore or tight. You can hold if you like for 2 breaths, or just rock side to side at the feet. And then flip your palms facing you and rock side to side one more time. Good, and come back to center, hands facing forward. So now deepen your belly, keep your gaze up, relax your shoulder with your inhale. Exhale, round your back, push the floor away. Do a few more, following your breath. Inhale, looking up, dip in the belly. Exhale, push the floor into cat. And start tucking up your toes behind you. With your next inhale, when you bring you drop in the belly, bring the hips back to your heels. Round your back and come forward a little bit, passing your wrist. And just follow your breath. So inhale forward. Try to exaggerate the movement as much as you can. If you can come and maybe in an up dog position and then pressing back all the way to your heels. Two more, just like that. And keep your hips lifted. Just your knees right above your mat. We're gonna twist to the side. So your hip is almost coming down, but not quite down. And then come to center. You can tap the knees at any moment. Then twist to the left or to the right. Come to center. On the next twist, if you can lower one knee if that feels okay. Or just twist and lift the right arm up. Exhale, center. Inhale up. And just do a couple more. Whenever you're done, bring your hips all the way to the top into your downward dog, but we're just gonna walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. So baby steps all the way to the top. Halfway, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, bring it all the way to the top. Gaze up. Hands by your side. Find a moment to ground yourself into your Tadasana. So just take a breath. Maybe rock forward and back until you ground your feet nice and down. Okay, bring your hands up with an inhale, gaze up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down, bring your right foot back and hold it for 2 breaths. Exhale and bring your left foot back into your plank. 2 breaths. And with control, lower your body all the way down to the ground, into your splint. So just placing your hands in front of you, lift your chest off the mat. Exhale down and curl the back toes. Curl your toes, pushing back into your downward dog. Give it a little walk here. So just drop one heel and then the next, and bend in the knees. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Maybe go up and down if that feels good. Any movement possible that makes feel good to you. And walk your feet all the way to the top. But if you like, you can just hop to the front of the mat. Halfway inhale, exhale down. Inhale all the way to the top. Hands to prayer. Bring your hands down. 2 more. Inhale up, gaze up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale halfway. Exhale down and bring your left foot back. Hold it for 2 breaths. And your right meets the left into your plank. Lower down to your belly. This time you can take baby cobra if you can, or just stay into your splint. And press back into your downward dog. And if you like, you can add more movement or just stay in stillness by bringing your chest as close as possible to your thighs. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ear. One more breath. And pick up the heels, bend the knees. You can hop or step to the front of the mat. Halfway, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, bring it all the way to the top. Last one. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, dive down. Halfway, inhale. Exhale down, come back into your plank. Lower down chaturanga and choose your back pain of choice. It can be cobra or to your up dog, roll on top of your toes and press back into your down dog. Take a few breaths here. Adjust your body, relax your shoulders. And bring in your right foot up, and then that knee, place it in between your hands. Lower the back foot down into your low lunge. Come up with your hands up. Take a couple of breaths here. And we're gonna cactus the arms, so you prioritize your chest to be open as much as possible. Bring in the fingertips to the front. Bring your toes up, facing you. So you're sinking back into your hip is right on top of your knee. And then come up with your cactus arm, bringing the hips forward as far as you can, as low as you can. And take it forward with an exhale. Follow with your breath here, or you can take 2 breaths on each position. I'm doing 2 more. And on your last one, stay facing up. You're going to turn to the side of your mat, so creating a kickstand with that left leg, just like that. And bringing your hands into a T for your modified warrior 2. Just gaze between your fingers, facing forward. And then flip your front palm open, bringing the hand up overhead. So almost like reversing your warrior. And that left hand can either be in the air or you can touch the ground if you can. And come back to center, releasing that forearm into your thigh. And just the left hand comes overhead. And face forward, just turning that leg back. Press your hands into the mat. Curl the back toes. Press back into your plank. One more breath. Then lower down chaturanga, choosing your back bend of choice. Back to downward dog. Two more breaths here. On your last inhale, lift the left foot up. Bending the knee and place it in between your hands. Lowering the back foot down. Come up in your low lunge. Take two more breaths. And then start cactusing the arms, opening your chest. One more breath. And on your next exhale, bringing your fingertips to the front, lift your toes facing you, push your hips back. Inhale, come up, open your chest on your cactus arms. Take your time here. You can take two breaths if you prefer. Last two. And bring your hands to the side of your foot. Placing that foot back into your plank. Take two breaths here, pushing the floor away. Keep your core engaged. Lower down chaturanga. Choose your back bend of choice to either cobra or up dog. And press back into downward dog. And remember, you can take child's pose at any moment if you feel like more restorative yoga today. Good, and let's bring the right foot up. Place it in between your hands, and this time we're gonna come up in your high lunge. Bringing your hands up to the ceiling. And you got the option to ground the back leg for the next one as a warrior one, but just keep your hips square to the front. So interlace your fingers and look up to challenge your balance. Take one more breath. And then we're gonna come back to center and turn to the right side. Well, pick up the back foot if you grounded. And turn to the right side, bringing the hands into a T shape. Take a few breaths. Good. Lower the right hand down to your thigh and just bringing the left hand up. If it's too much for your balance, you can always lower the back foot down, the back knee down. And come back to warrior or to a reverse triangle. And then lower your left hand down to the ground for your reverse triangle. Good, and keep the weight into your left hand and turn open the back foot so you can place that front foot, either heel toe the foot or just place it right next to the left for your side plank. Feel free to drop the bottom knee down or just keep it into your side plank. Keeping your hips lifted. Good. Lower the right hand down, facing forward into your plank. One more breath. And lower down chaturanga. Choose your back bend choice. Back to downward dog. 2 breaths. And your next inhale, lift your left foot up. Place it in between your hands and come up in your high lunge. Take 2 breaths. And like we did on the other side, if you like to ground the back foot for balance for the next step, go ahead and do so, but keep your hips square to the front. Interlace your fingers, pointing with the index finger. Just look up. Take 2 breaths. Good, and come back to center with the arm lifted. Pick up the back foot if you grounded. Turn to the left. Open your hands into a T. Take a few breaths. And remember, you can ground the back leg or the back knee down if it's allowed for your balance for today. Lower the left foot down into your thigh, bringing the right hand up. It's very challenging. You can stay on your knee down. Come back to center and lower your right hand down next to your left foot. And then just bringing the left hand up. Open your chest to the left. One more breath. Keep the weight into the right hand and heel toe that foot, or just place it next to your right foot into your side plank. And if you modify, you can lower the back knee down. The bottom knee down. One more breath. Bringing the left hand back down to the mat into your plank. Lower down chaturanga. And up dog, or you can take child's pose. Lift your heels, bend the knees, and hop to the front of the mat. Or you can walk to the front of the mat. Halfway lifted, exhale down. Inhale all the way to the top. Hands to heart. Now we're going to ground the left foot down. We're going to practice a little balance here. And then bring your your right foot on top of the left. So you're sitting on a chair, basically, or you're standing pigeon. Take a few breaths. Concentrate on something that is not moving. Good. And straighten the bending leg. But just try to grab a hold into the big toe and try to pick it up. So you bring in the foot like halfway if you can. And if the balance is there, start straining that foot, bringing that left hand back. So if you straining that foot, try to look back towards the hand, challenging your balance. If it's not, just do halfway. That's okay. And release that foot down. Just wobble your legs if it's a little bit tight. Good. And let's ground the right foot down now. Bringing that left ankle on top of your right knee. Sink down into your chair, your standing pigeon. Good. And straining that leg halfway. Try to grab a hold into that big toe. And try to stand that leg either halfway, placing that right hand can either be on your hips, forgot to mention, or back. And then just eventually straighten it all the way. Good. And release that foot down. Give it a little walk, and now face the side of your mat, just a little bit wider than your hips. Bring your hands into your hips. Hinging from your hips, take an inhale, open your chest. Exhale, start lowering your chest down until you come all the way down. You can release your hands to the floor if you like. And try to bring the crown of your head as low as possible towards the ground. If you need to open your legs a little more, walk your feet a little wider. And if you dare, maybe walk your hands towards the back of your body to place your hand. And remember, if you want to work into your headstand or tripod stand, this is the time. You can do so. Good. Come up slowly with your hands. Bring it all the way to the top. And we're going to open the back foot towards the side. And just bending that, maybe make it a little bit shorter to the side. Bringing your hands into a T, so your triangle. Reaching forward. Place the left hand touching the ground, either the ground or your leg. So try to keep your hips slightly square. One more breath. And I'm going to bring that right hand down, framing that front foot. Turn the back foot or your back foot towards the front. You can shorten the step if that feels better. Just try to keep your hips square. Lift your right hand down, left hand up. Your revolve triangle. Good. Lower that hand down and just keep your head maybe chin to forehead, or just you can keep your face gazing forward if you prefer. If you lower down and you can feel the stretch a lot more on the back of your leg, just take a few breaths here. Maybe you like to walk your hands towards the back foot. That will give you a lot deeper. Bring your hands back if you place it back. Come up slowly up. And we're going to turn to the other side. So now your front foot or your right foot is facing forward. Bringing your hands into a T. Reach forward. Lower that right hand down to either your foot or the ground. Gaze up towards your left hand. One more breath. Bring that left hand down, framing that front foot. Turn the back foot facing forward. Keep your left hand down, right hand up, reverse. Revolve triangle. Good, and lower that right hand down, framing that front foot. Lower your head to your shin, or you can keep your gaze up. Just try to keep your hips square to the front so your right foot is pushing back, your left foot is pushing forward. Take a few breaths on the bottom. You can walk your hands towards the back foot. Good, and lift your head. Place your hands. Keep your hands on the mat. Come back into your plank from here. And this time lower all the way to your belly. So Calm down. Placing your hands to your side. Lower your head down to the mat. And we're going to start lifting your feet and your thighs off the ground. And the next inhale, try to lift your chest off the ground as well as your hands, balancing in your belly. If you can, you feel free to stay here or grab a hold into the foot and then lift a little higher with your chest and thighs into your bowl. Release the legs, release the hands by your side. Push back into your knees. And you're gonna stand the hands right in front of you, lowering the chest down into your mat, keeping the hips right above your knees into your puppy pose. Take a few breaths here. One last breath and come back into your tabletop, pushing back into your downward dog whenever you're ready. And let's bring your right foot up, bending that knee, square up your hips. So the right hip is on top of the left. Just take a few breaths. Good, and come back to center, keeping the leg lifted. Place it right outside of your right hand, so it's coming into your lizard. You can keep the back leg lifted, or you can ground it down. And just take a few breaths. You can be in a high lizard, or bring it into your forearms if you prefer, or if if the flexibility is there, or maybe just open up your hips a little more until you feel that you can lower down. Take your time with this one. Come back into your hands. Feel free to stay here, but the next one is just a little bit more advanced. So we're gonna do a flying lizard. So picking up the back foot off the ground or the back knee, place your right hand underneath your right foot. And then your left hand is gonna parallel with that other hand. And whenever you feel ready, you can start by lifting one hand at a time, if you like, or just lift both hands off the ground into your fly lizard. Take two more breaths. And bring the hands down into the floor. Now face the foot towards the corner of the mat and opening the back foot towards the side into your side lunge. And whenever you feel ready, you can start sinking down into your skandasana or stay into your side lunge if you prefer. And those hands can be either on the ground or you can bring it into prayer and concentrating lowering the hips down. Very good. Great. Bringing the hands, walk the hands forward towards the front of the mat. Push the foot back into your plank. Hold it for a few breaths. Lower down chaturanga and choose your back bend of choice. Push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your left foot up, bending that knee, stack up the hips on the other side. So now your left is on top of your right hip. Bring the hip square to the front. The leg or that foot is going to step right outside of your left hand. And you can lower the back foot down, the back knee down. Maybe start pushing that knee to the side to begin with, just to open the hips a little more. Whenever you feel ready, lower your body to the ground, into your forearms. Just take a few breaths. Come back into your hands and feel free to stay here. Otherwise, curl the back toes. Bringing that left hand underneath your right or the left leg and your right hand parallel. Start lifting the hands off the ground for your flying lizard. Or you can do one head at a time if you don't feel like the balance is there. Bringing those hands down, back into the mat. Push the foot back into your plank. Hold it for a few breaths. Lower down chaturanga. And you can either choose child's pose or meet me in downward dog. And bring your right foot up, bending that knee. You're gonna shift the weight forward. Keep the knee bent. Bring the knee to the right side, to the outside, and push back. Bring that knee forward to the left, 2 breaths. And press back. And bring the knee to center, 2 breaths. And press back. Last time, release the knee on the ground, right behind your right forearm. Lowering the back foot down into your pigeon. And here we're gonna stay lifted this time. Just arching your back. Take a few breaths. One more breath. And then just have a seat on the side leg. So just keeping that leg bent. And that left leg can either be standing forward or you can bring it closer to the center if you prefer. Bring your left hand to the side, right hand overhead. Inhale, opening your chest. You can create a curl with your hand if that feels better for your neck. Or maybe just try to grab a hold into that big toes. Good, and come back to center. Face your body forward into your plank. Right at it, lower down chaturanga to reset. And meet me in downward dog. Now bring your left foot up, bend in that knee, shift your weight forward. Bring that knee to the left, take 2 breaths. And press back. Bring that knee to the right side, right elbow. Press back. Bring that knee to the center, 2 breaths. And press back. And last time, release the knee into the ground, into your pigeon, and keep your chest open, arch your lower back. One more breath. And have a seat into that left side. Just standing the right leg either forward or to the front. Stand your right hand next to your foot. Left hand comes overhead. And you can create a cradle with your hand for your neck or just try to reach into your big toe. Good. And come back to seated position. Just keeping the leg bent. Place your right foot right across from the leg, or if you were facing me the other way, and bring your left hand around that leg, the opposite leg, placing the right hand behind you. Take an inhale and try to look over your shoulder towards your back. With another inhale, try to look a little bit more past in your shoulders. Good. And come back to center. We're switching legs. So now my right leg is underneath, left foot crosses over. Give it a hug or place your elbow on top. However you like to do this spine twist. Take an inhale and try to look over your left shoulder. Release. Another inhale and try to look a little bit further. And release the twist. Now turn to face the front of the mat or the back of the mat, and try to recline back, but not all the way. We're gonna keep the knees bent, bringing the fingertips to your temple. You're gonna bring the right elbow to your left knee, and then exhale to the other side. We're just gonna do a few of this. So take your time, elbow to knee, exhale to the other side. Keep the legs straight when you stand it. Keep it going, just a few more. And doing four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. You can give it a little rock side to side if that feels good. And bring the soles of your feet down into the ground. Just really close to your brush with your fingertips so you can see the distance. And then start picking up your hips off the ground, keeping your knees parallel so they don't open too wide. Bring it all the way to the top as far as possible into your shoulder blades. Hands can be by your side or interlacing the hands together. Push a little bit more towards the ceiling. And release the hands if you interlace it. Lower the spine, one spine at a time. all the way down. Keep your knees up and just sway side to side. So you stand your hands to your side and just sway the knees side to side. Release pressure into your lower back. Good, and lift the foot off the ground. Bring that right foot on top, so interlacing the legs. Drop the knees into your left side. So your gaze is over your right shoulder, keeping the shoulder blades down into your spine on twist. Come back to center. And now your left foot is on top of the right. Interlace. Rolling the knees to your right side. Drop the knees down. Gaze is over your left shoulder, keeping your shoulder blades down. You can use your hands to lower the knee as far as possible to the ground. And then come back to center and just release your legs all the way down to the ground. Keeping your hands on your belly. We're just going to take a few breaths. So inhale, bring your belly all the way out as far as possible with the inhale. Exhale all the way out, all the air out of your lungs. Take 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, inflate your belly. Exhale all the air out. And then just place your hands by your side. Relax your shoulders. Take a moment here. Feel free to stay as long as you like. We're just going to be here for a short time. And let's start bringing awareness to your hands and toes, wiggling the fingers. Bringing your hands overhead. Stretch away your fingertips. Stand your legs. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring your legs into your chest, your knees into your chest. Roll to your left side. And whenever you're ready, come up into your seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a great energy today. I hope to see you next week for the last class. Have a nice weekend. Namaste. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for coming. Not sure what happened to everybody. They just took a long weekend, huh?